Good afternoon, class. How are we doing today? Today we're going to talk about the design process. You know that we're going to build a birdhouse. This is how we're going to build our birdhouse. We're going to follow 5 key steps. The first one is ask, state your problem. We have a problem, but we'll get to that later. And then we have imagine, where we're going to brainstorm some ideas. And then plan, where we plan it out, and we'll get into sketching and AutoCAD in that section. Then we're going to create, where we're all going to pick one design. And then from there, we're going to enter it into AutoCAD, and we're each going to work on the same design. And then move to the wood shop and actually start building. And then after we're done building, we're going to make a portfolio that we're all going to turn in. And it's going to include each step. Plus, we're going to have a section after we're done building on ideas on how we're going to improve this next time. So for the first step, we need to ask a question. What's the problem? We have a problem. Travis, do you know what the problem is?
We can't have a place, we don't have a place for our birds to live.
Correct. We have a family of birds in the backyard with no place to live. We're going to brainstorm some ideas. Who wants to brainstorm the first idea? Eric? Travis, you got one more idea?
Yeah.
So we have 4 ideas. Do you have a vote on which one you think is best? Okay. You feel the same way? So we're scratching the coffee can. Nobody wants that? How about the plant a tree? Gonna take too long?
It's not an immediate fix.
Not an immediate fix. That is correct. So we've narrowed it down to the fence post with a house on top of it. So we're going to do the bottom one, which is pretty much the same as the third idea. So both of you are on the same page, both had the same idea. So we've brainstormed our ideas. Now we need to plan. Do we want to use a wood post? What kind of material do you want to use? So you like a wood post idea?
Yeah, I just thought, nicer.
Okay. Yeah, we do have to keep in mind that we want it to look nice. And just pretend this is your house and that this is your family of birds in the backyard. Cheapest and probably the most effective way would probably be the wood post. Okay, now that we know our post idea and we want to know the material of the birdhouse. Is it going to be wood? Is it going to be metal? Wood will be easier to work with. Metal will be a lot harder to work with. It'll be heavier and kind of cold. Wood's a little bit warmer if you want. Okay, so we somewhat have a plan. We're still not finished with our plan. We need to do some sketching. We need to lay it out, get some measurements, know how big we're going to make it. This will be the last step that we cover today. So for our last activity, we are going to just take a piece of paper, a blank piece of paper, and we're both going to sketch some ideas. Does everybody have a pencil?
No.
How are we doing with sketching? Looks pretty good. Mind if I use that as an example? So Eric has a pretty good sketch. He has a front view, a side view, and a back view. So this is called a multi-view sketch, which we'll talk about a little bit later. For a multi-view sketch, it would be a front view, a back view, and a side view. So it's just we need to put them in a little bit different area, but that works out pretty well. I like his sketch he's got here. It's a pretty good design. Travis, what do you have?
On both sides, so that we can flap those down and clean out the birdhouse. And put in different like bedding in there for if they want different bedding in there. Also, after they have their nest, that way we can clean it out. And then
Okay.
also, I have this at a 45-degree angle, but I didn't draw it very well there, so that way that any weather drips down over top of it.
Okay.
And maybe they can sit underneath that, maybe on like a rainstorm and not get rained on.
Mm-hmm.
I also included a little shield down there so that the raccoons can't climb up.
So nothing can climb up the pole. It's a good idea. We'll get into that later when we start working with AutoCAD, which is a design software that we're going to get into in the coming weeks. We're all on pretty much the same page. We're probably going to stop there today since we've done pretty well. I want you to maybe take your sketches home and work on them a little bit more. Maybe bring a new set back and try and clean them up a little bit now that you have an idea of what we're going to do. And he had a great idea. Let's do a front and a side view, and let's say a top view and a back view. And just take a piece of paper and divide it into 4 sections, and you can put them in whatever order you want. Just a top, a front, a side. Next time, we'll get into sketching more. We'll start talking about multi-view drawings and then symmetric drawings. And then from there, we'll go into AutoCAD design software and start designing it in an AutoCAD 3D software.